This is going to be a short little review of this portable SSD by Crucial. This portable SSD is called the X9 Pro. The particular version I have here has a capacity of 2 terabytes. So again, that's 2 terabytes with a listed read-write speed of 1050 megabytes per second. Now the drive itself, as you can see, is quite small and has a metallic feel to it, and it has a light here that gives you a sense of what the drive is doing and when it's working. You can get a sense of how small this drive is. I've got a loonie sitting beside it just to give you a sense of how small it is. So certainly smaller, than the palm of my hand. The drive comes with a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. So if you do have an older computer, you do need an adapter because there is no second cable such as a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable. So again, you're going to need an adapter for an older machine. Now this drive is really small and easy to carry around. It's also rated to IP55, which makes it somewhat resistant to water. And again, I would say somewhat resistant. I think the listing is a little bit misleading in the sense that it shows it's almost being submerged into some sort of pool of water. I would not do that. I don't believe an IP55 rating is rated for that type of protection. Also, however, it is dust proof and according to Crucial can be dropped from a height of up to 2 meters without any damage to the drive. Again, it's got a small metallic feel and feels pretty tough, to be honest with you. Now, the other thing I wanted to draw your attention to was whether or not there's any sort of bloatware, etc. with the drive. There is not. However, once you register the drive with Crucial, you can actually get access to several other pieces of software which can help you with respect to the devices management and so on. There is just a little bit of, just literally a few kilobytes of space being taken up with respect to some of that info on the drive. So you should expect that once you get the drive. But again, we're talking literally just a few kilobytes, so nothing at all with respect to space being taken up by any type of bloatware. Now, in terms of speed, again, based on the USB type 3.2, speed should be rated at 1050 megabytes per second for both read and write, and we're going to actually test that out live, and we're going to find out whether or not we can actually replicate those results. So what I have here in front of me is my laptop, and we're just going to run this live in a moment to see whether or not we can actually get the same results with respect to those numbers of 1050 read and 1050 write. So without further ado and unrehearsed, here we go. We're just going to put this and start this up here in a moment, and we're just going to see it do its thing here. So we're going to see what kind of numbers we get. So we'll give it a moment here as it works away. So on the sequential read, we have a speed of 1050 megabytes per second. And it's now calculating the random read, which is 1070.18, just slightly less. And so as we move on to the sequential write speed, we're going to get a grand total of 982. And on the random write speed, we're going to get a total speed of 921. So just to review, we get roughly 1071 for the sequential read and 1070 for the random read. And for the sequential write, we get 982, and on the random write, we get about 921. This is based on test data of 1 gigabyte and a block size of 1 megabyte. So not bad, pretty good in terms of the read speeds, which are higher than what is listed by Crucial. But in terms of the write speeds, just a little bit less. But nonetheless, a pretty quick drive, and you can certainly work with this with both your Windows and your Mac computers, so not much issue there. It's I find it quite zippy in terms of being able to do file transfers and so forth. So very good, and I would certainly not have any hesitation in recommending it. Anyways, this has just been a quick little review of the Crucial X9 Pro. This is the 2 terabyte version. portable SSD. Again, it's very small size of form factor, allows you to take this wherever you need to without any issues, and the overall performance in terms of speeds for both read and write is quite good. Okay, thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, so I wanted to do a quick review of my new favorite toy. So I do a bit of video stuff. I work in computers, so I've always got files and USB drives and things like that. And sometimes they're hard to keep track of. So the Crucial portable SSD, when I saw it, I just assumed it was another portable hard drive and wanted to give it a test. And when I got it, that's when I got surprised. So just for context, like there's my AirPod Pro case and there's the 2 terabyte drive. Like it's not that much bigger than my AirPod Pro and significantly thinner than my AirPod Pro case. So this is a 2 terabyte solid state drive, USB-C. So I do a fair bit of editing and file stuff on my Mac. So easy to connect to PC. I've connected this to my iPad Pro to move files and videos around. So super useful. No issues connecting on any of those devices. You do get a little USB-C cable. It works great. I've used a few different other brand USB-C cables as well. I've used it in a like a docking solution or a port replicator connection. No problems. The speeds, the read-write speeds are phenomenal. That does have, from a just a standpoint of secure, I don't know, case standpoint, I guess, it does have a little lanyard type connector. So you could put it on a little lanyard. You don't get anything included, but it is there as an option. Again, the setup of it is pretty simple. It's got what feels like an aluminum shell. So it does feel reasonably durable. I haven't dropped it or done anything terrible to it to see, but it does feel reasonably durable. And then the nice thing is on the back, it actually has like a rubberized feel or material. So when you put it on a surface, it doesn't want to move around much. So versus this slide, slips around and moves. When it's on the rubber side, it really doesn't want to move. So if you set it up to move some files and you set it on your desk, the cable strength it's pretty light, but the cable strength isn't enough to push it around or off the desk and things like that. So I do appreciate that little bit of rubber grip. In some ways, because of the portable nature of this, I wouldn't have minded if the whole thing was actually this silicone or this rubber all the way around, just to give it a bit more shock absorption. But other than that, I think, and even with that, it's still quite a phenomenal device. The fact that I can fit 2 terabytes in something this small is pretty awesome. It does have a little read-write indicator down here in the corner, so you can see once you plug it in if it's active or doing anything. I haven't, again, tested that, but the box itself does list it as being water resistant. So while I wouldn't dump it in my toilet or bathroom sink, if you were to splash it or drop a coffee on it, I think you'd probably be okay once you dried out the connector and stuff. So yeah, if you edit and do video stuff on the go, this might just be the perfect drive for you. Excellent mix of storage space to portability. So I've been super happy with this drive so far, and you take it everywhere. It has a permanent home in my laptop bag, and it goes everywhere with me. So if you're looking for small portable storage, this is awesome. Thanks for your time.
want to start off this review by saying that I was not asked to make it. I'm making it because I bought it with my own money and I find the product to be that good. So I use this with my iPhone 15 Pro Max so I can record in ProRes log. Here you'll see how tiny it is. It's so small, it's portable, you could take it with you anywhere. It's literally tiny. So normally I use this with a MagSafe wallet, put it behind my phone, plug it, and use it. It allows me to record in 60 frames per second with my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I recommend 100%. I've had no issues. It's so fast. Even when I take it from my iPhone and plug it into my iMac to export the footage, it is extremely quick. You can't go wrong with this product. It's a yes from me. I completely recommend for anybody contemplating whether to use it or not, or buy it.
So apparently my cat really likes this, and so far I do too. It's the Crucial X9 portable SSD, and it just helps me to clear up some of the space on my laptop and let it run more smoothly. And as a photographer, it's really great to have your images backed up so that nothing bad happens.
Okay, I'm using this to film my iPhone 15, and I attach magnets to the back right here. And it makes it a lot easier to film with this. And you can record in a higher quality format.